We have some application problems that can be solved by setting up linear systems. So in our first example here, we have Bono, and he bought 2 pears and 5 tacos for $9.89. Linus bought 4 pears and 8 tacos for $16.20. How much does a pear cost and how much does a taco cost? So you might use the variable p for pears and t for tacos. So we'll try to write a linear equation to describe what Bono is purchasing, and that would be 2 pears, so 2p, and 5 tacos, so 5t. And the price is $9.89, so that must equal 9.89. So notice how we have a linear equation and 2 variables to describe what Bono is purchasing. Next we have Linus. Linus bought 4 pears and 8 tacos for $16.20. So 4p plus 8t must equal 16.20. So here we have a nice linear system to solve. 2p and 4p are not going to add to make 0, but it would be fairly simple to multiply everything in the first equation by -2, and that way we would create -4p and +4p, and therefore elimination can be done. So let's go ahead and distribute this -2, and we'll have -4p and then -10t, and when we multiply -2 times $9.89, we're going to have -19.78. So now we can see with these two equations how 4p and -4p eliminate. +8 and -10 will leave us -2t, and we'll combine +16.2 with -19.78, and that will give us -3.58. So don't worry about that turning out to be negative, because our next step, division of -2, will correct that. Price of 1 taco now is a negative divided by a negative, so see how that turns out to be a positive number. So the taco price turns out to be $1.79. Once you know the price of the taco, you can substitute 1.79 for t back in either one of the original equations. So I'll just go back to the first equation. 2p plus 5 times the price of the taco equals $9.89. So 2p plus $8.95 equals $9.89. Take away $8.95 from both sides. So when we have $9.89 minus $8.95, 9 minus 5 will give us 4. To borrow, and that leaves us. So when we divide by 2, we'll have the price of a pear. So 0.94 divided by 2 is going to give us 47 cents. And the question, how much does a pear cost? We know that is 47 cents. How much does a taco cost? That's $1.79. In our last example, we have James, who got a quote from Vacation Tour of San Diego with Bon Voyage Travel Agency for 4 adults and 3 children for $2,900. James is going to buy 4 adult tickets and 3 children's tickets for $2,900. Our other person here, Connie, she got a quote for the same trip for 3 adult and 5 children tickets for a total of $3,000. So Connie's buying 3 adult tickets and 5 children's tickets for $3,000. So we want to figure out how we can make one of these variables eliminate. if I go back to the first equation, I could look at the 4 and 3 and notice that 4 and 3 have a common multiple of 12. So I'm going to multiply everything in the first equation by 3, and then I'll multiply everything in the second equation by -4. So our new equations become 12a plus 9c equals 2,900 times 3, 8,700. In the second equation, I'm going to distribute this -4, so I'll have -12a, and -4 times 5c would be -20c, and then multiplying 3,000 times -4 would be -12,000. So when we add these equations together, a is eliminated, and it looks like we've got -11c, and then we'll have to do a little subtraction off to the side here. 3,300. And since we had a -12,000 combined with +8,700, that would be a -3,300. Each side now is divided by -11. So C, or cost of children's tickets, must be $300. Now that we know the cost of the children's tickets, we can go back to either one of those original equations and make the substitution. So 4a plus 3 times 300 equals 2,900. 4a plus 900 equals 2,900. Subtracting 900 from each side, we're going to have 4a now equals 2,000. Divide each side by 4 to finish this off, and we'll have adult price is $500. So the adult fare is $500 and the children's fare is $300.